Hi friends, my name is Madison and welcome to Seeking Life, or welcome back to Seeking Life. A channel dedicated to creating / discovering a life worth living outside of a typical 9-to-5 job, or whatever you want to consider a 9-to-5 job. Today we are going to be doing the outer loop here at Dyer Park. I know I've done content here before, but I have yet to do the outer loop. So today, that's what we're gonna do. Join me for this walk, shall you? I didn't like that. I'm not saying that again. Anyway, it starts at the parking lot, and you gotta kind of walk your way out to the entrance. And I don't know if you actually saw in that video clip, there's people literally in the water over here trying to catch fish or something. And you should not be in that water because there's gators there. They might F around and find out, who knows. I know for a fact there's gators where those people were. Maybe not today, but it was a few days ago. Or at least this time last week. Or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. How long have I been vlogging for now? Like 2 weeks straight, I think. I'm proud of myself. Anyway, so on this channel, we just go out and do things to be out in nature, because I want to be more in tune with nature and in tune with who we are as humans, which is beings who should be out in nature. And I just couldn't take working for someone else anymore. So nowadays we just come out here to the park or to the nature preserve right now because they're close to home and I've got very little gas to go anywhere. So that's why we've been just staying in West Palm Beach for now. I do have plans to go visit a couple places down in Boynton Beach within the next couple of weeks. I also have road trips coming up. The very beginning of March, I will be driving from South Florida back towards my home in Metro Atlanta. And while I'm there, we'll see what we can explore and find. Do things that are different. Give y'all some more different scenery to walk with me to. And then while I'm there, I'm going to be removing a lot of my belongings from where they're at and just donating them or selling what I know has value, and just cleaning out the past. I've had stuff stored away for probably the last 40 years. Like stuff from when I was a child till now. It's just all still just been drugged with me every place I moved to, except for here because I have a very small room. So that's something I'll be doing. Not going to be filming any of that, but I will film videos for y'all, at least a little bit while I'm there. There will be videos still daily. And then from there, I'll probably be coming back to South Florida for just a little bit as I pardon the wind, I apologize. It got real windy out of nowhere, huh? Ooh. Hey, little lizard. Hi, Bonnie. I don't know if you could see it. It ran up onto the tree. So, I'll be coming back to South Florida. I don't know for how long, because my cat will still be here. I'm thinking about letting him stay with my roommates for, a week while I get my belongings together and donated and all that stuff. And while I get all that stuff sorted, we will then come back and gather him. And then from there, we're gonna either explore more of Florida till it gets closer to Easter, or I'm not really sure yet. But I think, I could be mistaken, I think that's pollen down here. So that would explain why I feel like I've been having some stuffy noses lately. It's pollen season. That makes total sense. And I'm coming out here every single day into it. So I know this part of the trail is pretty boring. It's just the road. We're about to be on the actual trail now. You can go right or you can go left. We are going to go left. There must be a bicycle trail down there, because why else would there be a sign saying it's one way in the middle of the bushes? Oh, hey, look, a crane. I swear, I think I see these sandhill cranes more than I see just about any other wildlife down here in the South Florida. They're gorgeous. I love them. They're everywhere. I feel like that should be South Florida's state bird. Now, if I remember correctly, this trail is supposed to be roughly like 3.7 miles or something like that. It goes completely around the pond I showed you in the beginning and around what they call the hill, which is where you can get an elevation change, which is very, very rare here in Florida. So I have shown that hill in a video recently. If you want to go back and check that out. Just remembered I should have put this in airplane mode in case anybody tries to call me. I'm going to, once I get to this shady spot so I can see my phone, ow, that rock, we will pause it, turn my phone on airplane mode. All right. So, this trail is long. It is almost 4 miles long, something along those lines. I don't know for certain, as I've not walked it yet. That and I really have no way to gauge. But this is one of the only places I know of down here in South Florida where you can go and ride a bicycle with an elevation change or walk with an elevation change. It's funny, when I first came here, I came with a coworker and she was like, yeah, this is a pretty steep hill. I was like, that's like nothing. Like where I come from, driveways are worse than this, which is true. The driveway I grew up on was literally like probably like this much of an incline. Yeah, nothing like these hills here. So most people in South Florida have never ever really seen elevation change. They've never left the state. And you know, I've traveled a good bit already. I've traveled from Maine all the way down to Homestead, Florida. I've traveled from Philadelphia down to or out to Chicago and back. And I've traveled, you know, the states in between. I've traveled all the way out to New Mexico and back from Atlanta. I've traveled to Colorado from New Mexico. And a lot of those places it was just like a travel through. I didn't see really anything. It was just interstate driving and just kind of going at a slow or at a quick pace and driving right through everything. There's so many roadside attractions I've missed, many that probably still don't even exist anymore. I know one I'd really like to go to is south of the border. Which I know is a dying roadside attraction and completely out of the way for me wanting to go take Route 66. So at some point that's on my bucket list, is to start seeing roadside attractions and actually exploring towns and states I've gone through and states that I have not. I really want to visit all 50 states. Right now it's just going to be the contiguous United States, mainly because ain't no way I'm going on no airplane right now. And if I go to Alaska, I could always just take the Amtrak, but I would probably need to get a passport to travel through Canada. So right now, I just want to focus on living my life to its fullest extent, however that looks each and every day. You know, at the moment, I've mentioned this before, but I'm still in an apartment for the next couple weeks. And when I leave the apartment, the true adventure begins, because right now I don't even have a tent. So I don't even really know how we're going to pull any of this off. I just know that this is what the Creator, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, this is what my destiny is. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And because I'm answering the call, I 100% believe that everything will be taken care of somehow, some way. And I have no worries. I have no doubts. I know something will change, and it will change for the better. And you know, I'm already changing my life for the better. I'm removing myself from the matrix. I'm, you know, or the rat race, whatever you want to call it. I'm removing myself from that so that I can focus on my God-given mission. And I know that because I'm doing that, I will be rewarded. So that's where the road was, where we started. So you can see a car. This trail, besides being long, seems to be mostly really nice sand. A little bit more hard packed than, like, to say you're at the beach. So you're not completely sinking in. Some spots you kind of are. So if you are interested in doing this hike, it's pretty easily doable. You just need to bring some water with you, which I did. I don't always bring water with me when I'm out here, especially because it's winter. And it hasn't really been that hot. When it was in the 70s, it was really nice to just come out here and I wouldn't need water. But now that it's back closer to 80, you definitely need yourself some water if you're going to be out here on these trails, because there's no water for you if you don't have any. Most of these, like, it's all off-grid shelters and stuff like that. So you're not going to be able to survive if you come out here without water, especially in the summertime. Also, I do plan on making another video updating my time here in Florida and how much I've enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it, what I enjoyed, what I didn't, things like that. But there's definitely a lot of culture shocks, that's for sure. And let me just start out by saying, Florida is not like you see in the movies. It is, but it isn't. Like, you don't just have hippies living by the beach in their van selling smoothies on the beach. Like, that's not something that happens. You know, that might be more of a California stereotype, but it's definitely not something I've seen here. I would love to, because that'd be me. I would love to live in a van by the water and just make smoothies all day. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think that might be a gator right there. No, it's just some wood. Yeah, I don't even know how these men got over there and to where they're able to be by this water. Like, again, don't go into water like this. Don't. It is not smart at all. There are gators in this lake. Every time he throws his net, I think he's getting attacked. But I know for a fact I've seen 2 gators in this lake. That is why there are signs saying no wading or swimming. So, PSA, do not go into water you do not know. Meaning, don't go in anything but like the ocean or swimming pools or lakes where they say it's permitted. And even then, I wouldn't even consider that, because it is very dangerous. You can clearly tell this is obviously an access road, but also a trail. But then over here to the side, you can see where they have mountain biking trails. So this is a really great place if you want to go mountain biking. Again, there's trails all over the hill. And if you're into mountain biking, I highly recommend that you come here to Dyer Park. I don't have a mountain bike, but would be fun. If I planned on living here longer, I would definitely get myself like an e-bike so I can ride to more places and not have to crank the car every time I want to go somewhere. But that's just the nature of the beast sometimes. By the way, if you've made it this far in the video so far, thank you so much for staying and watching. Most of the time when I do these videos, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. Just whatever is on my mind just really kind of comes out. Like today is Valentine's Day, and I didn't even think about that until just now. Like to me, it's just another day because Valentine's Day is really just a Hallmark holiday. It's another way to sell more slop to the masses, just like all the other holidays. They also have roots in paganism and things like that. So I don't celebrate these days. I know these are days where lots of dark, evil things take place. So I don't want to give them my energy. So I ignore it. Same thing with Halloween now, same thing with Christmas. Even 4th of July is on a day that's not pleasant. They're all just other ways to just consume. Like our entire culture has been based on consumerism for like the past 30, 35 years. And some people's homes look like literal museums of just belongings they've gathered, which is really cool. But then whenever you pass away, whoever survives you is going to have to clean all that stuff up. And it's like, dude, why did I carry all this crap? Or why did I have, a million Funko Pops on my wall or what have you? It's just, I have no desire to consume anymore. I just want to live my life to the fullest, have the biggest impact on others that I can with my positivity, my bright light that I shine, and my kindness that I spread all the time. And every now and again I might buy like a shirt from a place I visit in case I liked it a lot. Let's see something. Oh, okay. Guess that's trying to let you know that that trail is more difficult if you want a higher difficulty. Interesting. Anyway, so I might buy like a shirt or something because I can actually use that to if I go to a place that I really, really like for example, if I finally ever do make it to Universal Studios, I might buy a shirt there, I know there's a Scooby-Doo shirt that I've been eyeing for a long time, but I've been watching YouTube theme park content for about 5 years now, and I still have yet to go. So I don't really care the fact that they want to do facial recognition and stuff like that. So, oh no, I pulled my headphone out. That went well. Okay. I don't really care that they. One moment. I'm trying to fix my hair. I don't want to put it up, but I don't want to. It keeps getting pulled. I'm trying to get as much sun on my body as I can while I'm out here. But yes, I don't care for the fact that they use the facial recognition system and things like that. So that's the reason I haven't gone. Even though, in a way, I'm kind of obsessed with the place. Even though I've never actually stepped foot inside the gates. I did once when I was a child. I just don't really remember it. I was 13 or so, 12, 13. It was right after my parents passed away and I moved to Georgia suddenly, and I don't really remember it. All I really remember is probably the Twister ride. That's a big old bird. It's terrified of me. Sorry, buddy. All I really remember is the Twister ride and You're gorgeous, though. I think you're like a hawk or something. As soon as I walked over to this area, like all these fish started jumping up, like that. That bird started going crazy. Yeah, my guys, if you want to go fishing back here's where they're at. You don't gotta go in the water, they're right there. Oh, that's disgusting. No wonder why the hawk was over here. He had some food. Yeah, I've not seen this part before. We're literally behind the hill. So like over here, behind these trees is where the hill is. Oh, I didn't even see that bird right there. I see a lot of birds that do this. They stand up like this. I think it's them enjoying the wind. Or maybe it's a defense tactic, letting us know, hey, I've got babies here. I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments down below, please. I'm learning so much more about birds I never knew just by coming out here and experiencing it. Like, look at all these bubbles or these little ripples. Those are all fish. And yet you've got a gentleman or two in the water where you're not supposed to be, when you could just be right here getting all the fish. And that's just a sunken log. But yeah, if I ever do make it to Universal Studios, yeah, I'll buy a shirt. But like, I don't have any need for like all these snow globes and other tchotchkes and whatnot. I just want to be a minimalist, and I want to have experiences, enjoy my life, and not buy from corporations. You know, if I can avoid going to corporations as much as possible, I'd be happy. I do like to support local mom and pop shops. That's a huge thing I like to do if I find any. This little river over here definitely gives you a good perspective of kind of how much of a drought we're in right now. Like, it even gets to the point where, like, over here, there's just a little trickle of water. Like, it should be all the way up to here. Florida needs rain bad. And I need to put my hair up So I'm gonna put y'all down for a moment. Unplug you so I don't myself. Don't run off. I know it's crooked, I apologize. Plugging you back in, so it might be a little shaky. Okay. Now let me get my water bag, take a sip of some water. That was delicious. All right, back on the road. And yet somehow I still get my hair under the bag strap. How low this water is, it's really depressing on this side. Sorry about that, y'all. My apologies on that. I had no idea how low this water would be back here. I don't know if you can hear the road noise or not. I hope not, but you might be able to. Like this park literally backs up, like to the very right over here is actually the Florida Turnpike. And you can see there's barely any water flowing right here. So apparently there's more trails. I thought I was doing the last one that I haven't done. But what I'm learning now is that there are, oh, so you can see the highway now. You see what I mean? Sort of anyway. You can see the trees, or the cars through the trees. That's how close we are to the parkway, or the turnpike, whatever it is, the one we have to pay for to drive on it, whatever that one's called. I think it's the Florida Turnpike. I don't really know. I've never used it. I do know we did use it accidentally once when my friend Josh and I came down to Orlando. And even though we paid the toll, it didn't count that we paid the toll, and it sent the rental car company a letter saying we needed to pay the toll, even though we did pay the toll. So that was kind of bogus. Ever since then, I'm like, I don't want to use this. Plus, why would I pay to drive on a road when there's free roads to drive on? Sure, there might be less traffic during peak hours, but still, why would I? It's kind of like paying for an express pass at Universal or a lightning lane at Disney. Like, yeah, you don't want to wait in the line, I get that. But if we go during non-peak times, then you don't got to worry about something like that. For example, if you go later at night, or after like 7 p.m., traffic's pretty much disappeared. As long as you don't go out between like 4 and 7, you're good. Well, here it's more like 3 to 7. But in Atlanta, it's basically the same, 3 till about 7. You don't want to be outside and driving. So, I don't know. I can see why people do it. Leave a comment down below. Do you prefer to use express lanes if they're available to you? Or like a paid toll highway? Is that something you like to use? Let me know in the comments down below, please. You can even see over here through the trees a little bit. That's a trail we've done before. But like you can't access that trail from this side because you got the water. So once you're all the way out here, you're kind of you're out there. Sure, if you really needed to, you can go to the highway over here. Maybe someone has some water and might stop for you, but they might just think you're a deranged lunatic. But again, I appreciate you watching. I kind of like to keep these videos as like a friendly stroll, like you're strolling with me in the park and we're just talking about whatever comes up. So if you've made it this far, please hit that like button. It really does help. That was me doing a thumbs up, sorry. It really does help the channel. Smells so bad over on this side. The water feels kind of more stagnant over here. Like you can see the moss, or not the moss, but like the algae and stuff growing on it. This side is definitely way more gross. I don't know how else to put it. For the record, I did purchase some wireless headphones, or not headphones, but wireless microphones, so that, and they do have muff covers, so, or wind covers, so this should be way less of a problem going forward after today or tomorrow. Yeah, so we are over here now where you can see there's the hill. You can see that ominous giant building that you can always see from around this area of town. And you can see that patch that looks like sand. That's where they're working on the soccer fields or football fields. I feel like technically I can maybe cross right there. I'm not even going to try it. I'm just going to keep doing the trail. And I'm not really entirely sure what that is up there. It looks like it's like a golf training center or something. Like it said first tee. I don't know what that means. I thought it was some sort of education center. But like up here now, you can see the flags under that structure, and there's another one over there and another one over there. I don't know. I guess we'll find out eventually. Oh, I know why this water's stagnant now. That makes sense. Oh, look at the beautiful pink bird. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh my god. What is that? Anybody know? Please let me know in the comments below. What kind of bird is this? Is that a flamingo? Is that a pelican? It's gorgeous, whatever it is. I don't know why it's searching in this water. This water is really gross, and there's no fish in it. Sorry I scared you, buddy. I'm gonna zoom back out, okay? Yeah, so the water ends here, and there's no flow. That's why this is drying up. This is mainly filled up because of rainwater. Also, the trail, I could exit here, but I want to keep doing the whole trail. But then you've also got the bike trail over here. If you want to read anything about the sign, I'm going to pause for a minute and read it myself. All right, let's keep going. I can more clearly see the freeway now. And maybe if we take this whole trail, there you go. That's literally how close this park is to a main road. So yeah, the main goal is to walk the whole trail. Sure, we saw a shortcut out, but I'm not looking for a shortcut out. I'm looking to take the whole trail. I also know that this video is probably going to be more than an hour long. So if you have even made it this far, again, I really appreciate you. Thank you. What appears to be rope swings hanging from the trees, but they're all wound up. Like they're all, so you can't use them. That's interesting. The one thing I do wish that they did provide on this trail with how long it is somewhere to sit for a minute. That would have been real helpful. Seems like for the most part it's bicycles going through this part of the trail, not walkers. Seems like most walkers decide, hey, there's nothing else pretty to look at. Let's take the shortcut out. I'm sorry, ants. It really is an absolutely gorgeous day out here. Couldn't it be more beautiful? It's not too hot. Not too humid. There's a really nice breeze. Grateful you're able to come on this hike with me today. Now tomorrow's video is going to be very different than what I've been doing here recently. Tomorrow I am going to a trading card convention, which I have never been to before. So I plan to vlog that. And show y'all what it's like at a trading card convention. Honk, honk, honk to you too, sir. I want to switch arms and grab some water real quick. Give me a moment. Trying to switch my bag to the other arm. That way they can kind of get equal tan. Excuse me for the noises I'm making. It's definitely less of a breeze back here because you've got like the valley kind of over here, and you got this wall of trees. So I can't really feel the breeze anymore. Other than those people that we saw on the hill and then the gentleman in the water, I haven't really seen anyone here today on the trail, and it's Saturday, midday Saturday. I expected this place to be busier than this. Let's pan this way. Just kind of show where we came from. And you can see there's still nobody behind us. Nobody in front of us. So with that being said, let me encourage you today to get out there, go to your local park, start walking. Just get outside, get in the sun, don't put on any sunscreen. I said what I said. And enjoy the sun, enjoy the breeze on your face if it's breezy that day, and just go for a small hike. And by hike, I don't even mean like going up a mountain. I mean just find whatever trails you have near you and just get outside and go. Get that fresh air in your body. Get that vitamin D from the sun. See the animals. Take pictures. Just do whatever you need to do to move your body. Because I know when I stay home all day, for more than like a day at a time, I start to get depressed. So if that's you, and you're sitting at home and you're depressed, or you're sad, or you're unhappy, please just go for a walk. I know it's really hard and difficult to take that first step to getting off your couch, or out of your recliner, or out of your bed, but I promise you, you'll feel so much better. You really won't believe how much better you'll feel once you're out there moving, once you're breathing in that fresh air, once you're getting that sun on your body, your body's going to be like, wow, what depression, what sadness. You're out here in nature, you're seeing the birds play, you're seeing the fish jump, you're seeing the birds just soaring through the air, literally right in front of us. Look at all of them. They're not working, they're not trying to pay bills, they're just enjoying their life and getting their fish for free, or their bugs, or whatever they eat. The squirrels, they're just hunting nuts. And they're just running around playing with each other. Once you get out into nature, you kind of realize, I feel like I'm trapped in a zoo. Like if you really, really sit down and think about it, what is the difference between humans living in a community or a city to the animals that are in your local zoo? Oh look, I finally found another person. The only real difference is we don't have walls around our cage. We're more of a free range kind of animal. And yeah, I'm gonna pause this so I don't film that. He's got a beautiful doggy. So I paused for a moment so the gentleman and his beautiful dog can pass. And he pointed out, oh, they're leaving. Did you see the gator? There's one right here. He just hopped in the water. He disappeared. On the edge of this pipe there was a turtle. And you got this bird over here. And you got another gator right here. So this is where they're hiding today. Oh, you can kind of still see his tail. He was just sitting there smiling. He's got all kinds of algae all over his tail. Wow. I'm going to zoom this back out away from the fence. Whoop, that's too far. Let's see if I walk over here. I mentioned to the gentleman I would not have expected to see them over here. He's like, yeah, we got real lucky. I'm going to just put my bag on this post for a minute. It's like covered in shit. That's fine, it's like moss. It'll be okay. Excuse my language. Oh wow, there's 3 of them in there. Look, there's this one in the middle of the screen. He literally just went down. Like right here, there was another one. Let's see if we'll get some. That one right there. He's literally just chilling. He has no problems. He's happy right where he is. Look, there's another one right here. I found where all the gators stay. Oh my gosh. You see the other one? He's right there. Wow. This is like gator paradise. If you want to see gators in the wild, oh my gosh. This other one, you can still see his tail over there. For the record, with how fast they disappeared, you can tell they're a lot more afraid of me than I am of them. His face? Possibly. I didn't mean to zoom out that far. I really wish I would have gotten the turtle now. I feel bad that I scared them. Especially this guy over here. You can still see his tail. He's like, I'm still gonna get a little son. I'll try to get a better picture of this guy. He's just fantastic. I really appreciate y'all for hanging out and showing me, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your time in the sun. I'm so glad that I was just friendly and I stopped and I asked the gentleman pointed out the wildlife, because I wasn't sure we were going to see any wildlife on this trip. There's like 4 of them right over here. And more over this way. I'm going to be quiet about it. And there might be more. It seems like they all really like it over there. Mainly on the metal tubes, which I completely comprehend because they're trying to get warm. See, that made it completely worth it. I thought about taking that shortcut and was like, I'm starting to get tired. I don't want to keep walking around. My knees started hurting. That made it all worth it. I don't see any more in there. So I'm going to go ahead and not walk it through all these ant hills. Get back up to the trail itself. I'm so excited for this new tour ride. I don't have so much wind noise in my videos. It's annoying and I can't stand when other people do it. unavoidable though, so I apologize. Thank you for your patience. You know what, thinking about it, gators are right here, only maybe 100 feet from the cars. So people are driving right past gators and don't even really realize it. But again, this is, oh my gosh, this is almost like I'm on the beach right here. This is why I come out here. This is why I explore. Because when I was working and I had the energy to actually come out and do videos, I never saw gators, and I was deliberately looking. Now I see them all the time. So that's like a sign from God or the universe, the creator, whatever you want to call it, that I'm on the right path. I'm trying to show you a little bit more of the water because this part of the trail is pretty boring. Should probably not be walking through all this dead stuff. I don't even know what it is. But I also wanted to avoid more of that beach sand like texture over here on the trail. Spot right here reminds me of like walking down the dunes to the beach. Oh yeah, that's exactly what that feels like. I think that's the most gators that I have seen congregated in one spot. Also, that I think I counted 4 of them. I'm literally just walking straight into the wind now, aren't I? Inside over here where the gators are, you definitely are not allowed to fish. I guess I have no idea where that road goes. Maybe the signs will tell me. Oh, they just tell me that dirt road is authorized only. Well, which makes total sense. So this part is basically just road. I'm going to pause it until I get back on the actual trail. I'll see you then. So I just learned something. Over here, if you watched my videos before, why did that go so out of focus? You'll recognize this bridge and that trail, that turtle sign or tortoise sign. This trail actually connects you to the Winding Rivers Nature Preserve. I had no idea. Like, I knew that this road went somewhere. I don't know how to get back except for going back. I don't know. Guess we're gonna figure that out. I think if we went that way, we'd get back to the park. But I do know there's some sort of, there's gotta be a trail to get back there. I don't really know. Again, we're learning this all in real time. Especially bonkers to me that I walked far enough. I'm over here at this preserve. I know they're right next to each other, but still wasn't expecting that at all. Nor was I expecting to see 4 gators. That was cool AF. Not gonna lie. Let's see if there's any down here. Bunch of trash. We're following a mountain bike trail now, I guess. Slash the real road. Once I get off this road, I'll start filming again. See you soon. Alright, we're gonna go through this little part of the trail. Hopefully there's no spiders carrying something. Probably gonna have to cut out the music that I'm walking past. It's beautiful, but I'll have to cut it out. So I know this is a bicycle path, so I have to be very careful not to get ran over. Especially because this path is so narrow. Wow, I would not be able to drive a bicycle through here. Holy cow. I mean, granted, it's been many years since I've driven a bicycle, but or ridden, whatever you want to call it. And to our left, we've got the water. I'm definitely feeling this hike in my knees today. Oh my goodness. Just breaking the trees for some water. A nice little relaxing view. That's beautiful. Excuse me while I take some water. Excuse me. That felt so good. Alright, let's move on. So this must be what the more difficult trails are like. I love how people park right up next to the water. So soon as I walked out, that BMW was like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be shown. They said, get me out. Can you see the cloudy spot in the water? Something just jumped. Probably a fish. Maybe a bird went under, I don't know. Yeah, right as I mentioned, I don't really care for the people who park so close to the water like this. Apparently it's designed for that, but like, come on. Let's see. Where's the trail at? Is it? It's not there. Love these trees, whatever they are. I want to say they're weeping willows, but I'm not really sure. And the trail goes over here. I put my bag back on my shoulder as I'm trying to get as much sun on my body as possible, especially because we're coming up on summertime and I'd rather get my burn in now and out of the way. If you go that way, you'll be at the main road, at the park, the nature preserve that we accidentally stumbled into, and Dyer Park are both located. These trails make me feel like I'm actually walking through the woods. Which, I mean, I am, but I like this better than I like where we were. Ooh, my legs are feeling it today. I'm glad tomorrow I'm not going hiking, I'm just going to a convention. Oh my goodness. I will definitely share more about the convention tomorrow. It's just, like a 7-hour thing, free entry, cool stuff. So I will show y'all more of that tomorrow. When I'm in here, I can definitely feel so much more connected to the nature than when I was in that open area where it looked like trucks drive. I love this. Just the contrast. Like over here in this one spot, there's just slightly moving water, very still, very beautiful. I don't know, just something where the sun hits it looks gorgeous to me. Just a little bit. You can see the ripples. Come over here just a little bit. You can see the ripples. But this spot right here, just nice and still. But yeah, I feel so much more connected to the nature while I mean, there's a road right next to me, but I'm in the nature. I'm surrounded by the nature. I'm enveloped by the nature. And it feels like home. That's something I've been looking for a long time in this life, was the feeling of home. And it seems like when I'm out in nature like this, even if it's man-made trails and there's nothing really too dangerous out here, it still feels more like home than it does the minute I step out of these trees. Oh, okay. So near the entrance to there is more water. And as far as I know, this part of the river, the trail goes across that, and we can get back towards where the car is. Sweet. Okay. But again, I really encourage y'all to get out in nature. Please. If you take one thing from this video, is that you need to be out in nature more. Get out from behind the fake screens. Get out from behind whatever you're masking yourself with. Get out from behind it all and come out in nature and just be. Come fishing, come do something. I don't care what it is, just get yourself outside. Start exploring nature. And we are going to take this path. I implore you, if it's one thing that you can do for yourself, it's come out here and explore for yourself. Because while I can explain to you how great it feels being in the sun or being out in nature, as much as I can explain to you how great this feels, you're not going to really comprehend it until you're out here yourself and you're feeling it. I know some of you are probably saying, Madison, I do go out in nature. You need to go in more nature. You're not doing it enough. You need to be out there more often. You're definitely not doing it enough. I'll put you to the side because there's people coming. How y'all doing? Doing well, thanks. So yeah, I don't try to film people. As much as I can, I avoid it. I don't want to wind up getting someone angry at me. Alright, so there's that building. If you've watched this far, can you please tell me what that is? I mean, it's right next to industrial stuff. Part of me wants to say it's a hotel, but I don't know. I don't remember this side being paved. I only slightly walked on it once because I wanted to see if I could see a gator, which I did not see. But I was curious and was like, what's over here? I remember it being dirt, so I don't know. Yeah, I still really wish there was some place to sit. Oh my gosh. A giant bird. I think that's a giant bird. Oh, it is. Let me stop for a second. See how big that is? He's huge. He's at least 2 feet tall. Zoom him back out. see where the water meets over here. And you see that bird, and he's like, I better watch out. This person might come for me. You're okay, Birdo. I'm not after you. Stay there and look pretty. Definitely feel like my allergies are flaring up a little bit. I'm really ready to take a sit for a minute. Oh my gosh. This is the longest non-stop walk I've taken in a really long time. Sorry, I was putting my bag back on my shoulder. I really do think we're getting close to the end of this trail though. I'm not gonna walk us all the way back to the beginning. Excuse me. I definitely don't think I'm ready for the 7-mile hike yet. Oh my gosh. will definitely say if you are searching for birds, you like to photograph birds or video birds, this area is definitely for you. I don't mean just Dyer Park, but I mean like all the surrounding preserves around here. This is definitely a place for you. Out of all the wildlife out here, I could be out here, see birds way more than I see anything else. I think we're finally almost to the end of the trail. Again, I'm not hiking all back to the beginning, but whew. What a hike today, oh my gosh. Yes, we are near at the end. Oh, thank heavens. Now I know for next time, this is quite the hike and there's nowhere to sit. So full review, not a bad little hike, but there is nowhere to sit if you need it. So that could be a problem. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's hike around the outer loop of Dyer Park. Phew. I am exhausted. I'm ready to go just sit in the sun for a few minutes, let my body calm down, drink some more water, and just vibe while I'm out here and just enjoy the rest of my day. I just want to say thank you so very much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me, especially with how long this wound up being. So you definitely hit the like button if you watch this far. Really, really appreciate it. No matter what, I'm going to keep coming out here. I'm going to keep filming content. I'm just living my life. And I hope you'll join me on that journey. I will see you tomorrow. And the next day after that, the next day after that. I love you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night, whatever it might be. Until next time, my friends.